Hello, global family. It is Meredith on this beautiful May 1st, and my friend Wendy Smythe had the most amazing idea. She has started doing these mindfulness moments. So check her out. Her name is Wendy Smythe. I spent an incredible couple of days with Wendy and her husband Dave, who actually, Wendy, it's the first time I had the wonderful opportunity to actually spend a lot of time with her. Dave and I have gone through the ranks of some of the success resources programs, which we've watched each other grow and expand and really build on our lives as well as our businesses. So Wendy has these mindfulness moments where 365 days, and yes, I'm inadvertently becoming your major accountability partner today, Wendy. But she shares little thoughts that are just really insightful and wonderful. And I thought, you know what? I could do the same thing for mindset. Just little perspectives, not too terribly long. So I'm going to dive right into that today. So since she has her mindful minutes, I'm going to have Meredith's mindset moments. Ooh, so you could actually watch both of them if you wanted, which I think would be a really cool idea. So anyway, here goes. So my first topic for today would be actually the topic of mindset and just looking at the word itself, mindset. At first glance, it might look like it's a noun, but to me, and you know how I love to play with words, to me, it's actually a little sentence. It's kind of a hint. It's an instruction. It's mind set. In other words, what set point are you establishing in your mind? How are you setting your mind? Are you setting your mind up for success? What are you even actively, are you using it as a verb, or are you just letting it sit there to be observed as a noun? So I, of course, would urge you to be proactive and look at your mind does have the opportunity to establish set points. It does not have to constantly be on autopilot. You do not have to fall into the belief that you're just wired that way, or even that you have certain attributes that seem to work against you. You also most definitely are not obligated to have your thoughts, as Esther Hicks would say, thinking you instead of you thinking your thoughts. You are absolutely encouraged, I think, by the world and everything around you to take ownership of these thoughts, because so here's my little argument for that, or my little case for that, I guess, would be that often what is one of the most prominent ways that we learn, we tend to repeat things, and to the point where they become so painful, if it's something that isn't necessarily good for us, that finally we give it and go, no more. I agree to look at something different. Maybe this isn't working. So with our minds, when we don't take ownership and we don't decide deliberately where we're going to set them, and we don't deliberately establish set points, the thoughts start getting more and more and more harassing, and to the point where it's become a general statement that we are our own worst enemies. We don't have to be. Nowhere did we sign an agreement when we were born, or we were coming onto this planet, that we would agree to be our own worst enemy. What's the point of that? However, we can keep going and going and going and going with those nasty little thoughts until hopefully the idea is that we'll go, whoa, wait a minute, this is really unpleasant. I mean, I want to get away from me. How do I leave myself behind? Again, I take myself with me wherever I go. So can we please stop? So we try things to stop. Sometimes we try all kinds of self-medication, or we'll try therapy, or we'll try support groups. But ultimately, it's taking ownership of the fact that we can establish set points for our mind. And so I think part of that first is identifying where we are right now on a whole myriad of topics. So today I would say I would encourage you, where are you thinking thoughts in your life that really seem to help you push forward? And where are you thinking thoughts that just feel terrible when you're thinking them? And don't judge yourself harshly. However, realize that, play with the concept of, what if I didn't rely on it to be a beautiful day in order to be happy? What if I didn't rely on my circumstances to make me happy? What if I could take the concept of having to be made to be happy, that I could create happiness? I can establish that set point within myself. I can think invigorating thoughts enough that I can buoy myself. I do not rely on my circumstances, and I don't have to wait until I have X, Y, and Z before I can feel successful, before I can feel that I have my self-worth. And conversely, when I find myself in a challenge or in a circumstance that is overwhelming or overbearing, I still have my own set point. I own my happiness. So have a look at that today. Play with that. Where is your mindset? Where is your set point? And how much ownership are you taking on this? Are you putting yourself in a prison? Are you forcing yourself to listen to this nasty little chatterbox? Or are you really saying, this is where I want to go. This is the guidance. This is where my ship is headed, and I can never miss that boat. I wish you a tremendous start to this May. Think about that. Think about it. Play with your mindset. I'll be playing with mine, and I will see you shortly. And you know that when you establish an empowered, deliberate mindset, that yes, the sky is the limit. So, mwah. Talk to you soon, everybody. Have an amazing day. Bye.